Well, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, we took a much needed break
We did.
and we're back now. Yes, that was, and we're still actually kind of we've sort of suspended some things in
Yeah,
for a
because
whole month of December too.
we took a break from podcasting for a couple of
Yep.
weeks, and now it's kind of transitioning into a different type of break.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, whew, so
And
it's good to be back.
it is good to be back.
Yes.
And it's the end of the year, and it's it's
Yeah,
really a time for change,
it is.
right? Almost everybody reflects on what the year has passed and looking forward to the new year.
Mhm.
And yeah, we're no different.
And I'm going to add that some people haven't even got there yet because the holidays, Christmas,
The holiday
family,
season is upon us.
family. Yep.
Yeah,
And so they haven't
family.
even got to the point of reflecting yet. They're
No.
just worried about what's coming.
Yeah.
Yes. And by the
Yeah.
way, did we say hello to everyone? Or did we just
Well, we said hi, welcome. Well, I don't know what we
welcome
said.
back? We're glad to have you here.
I think we just said hello.
Yeah. So if anyone new that's joining us, we welcome you to these. They're just conversations. Mari-Lyn and I just start talking. Spirit sort of gives us a topic, and we just start going. And we talk. We talk about a lot of personal things. We really want these conversations to be thought provoking
Mhm.
and open ourselves up to new possibilities, new ways of thinking, new stuff. Just
New stuff.
just new
Absolutely.
stuff. So we welcome you
Yeah.
again or for the first time. Yes. And we try it's really, I think these our podcasts are really geared around healing. How can we heal? Why do we heal? The importance of healing.
Mhm.
And we tell our little silly story. Sometimes they're silly, sometimes they're very important. Other times, I don't know if anyone else understands it but you and I, because we're
Hard to know. It's
yes,
really hard to
yes,
know.
because we are
Because
besties.
because
So
the only input we get or feedback that we get is
yes,
through the YouTube channel, The Conscious
right through
Spirit.
the comments. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, the rest of the podcast things, I don't know
Yeah,
that there's any feedback.
right. And
Yeah.
I've actually never gone on and looked. Is there a place for people to comment on regular podcasts?
Not where I have found.
Okay, yeah,
And
I don't think
maybe I
so.
haven't looked deep enough. I don't know. Um, but no, not that I have found.
Well, so would you like to sort of I think we will open space. I know that that's something we did hear from people that they like when we do that. And,
Yes, and
and
I think I could use that myself.
okay. Do you want to sort of announce the topic? Although by the time people see this, they'll have seen the title, which is probably the topic. So they probably already know.
Very true.
All right. So we're going to get everyone grounded and we're going to open space. And what this does is allows you to sort of put your ego aside, that thinking part of your brain and just be and just allow spirit to bring in what you need. Sometimes you'll get information that technically doesn't really even pertain to this podcast,
Yep.
but you have put yourself into a space where spirit can reach you, and so that information will come. Or maybe there's one word or two words that we say and it's like ding, the big light bulb goes off. All right,
Yes.
so um if you're driving or doing something that could be dangerous, using a knife, something. Just be aware, please. Be careful. Don't fully lean into this opening of space because you need to be present with what you're doing. Maybe put the knife down or pull over. All right. So we open this beautiful space around everyone listening. No matter when you're listening, you're here in a group, you're supported, you're loved, you're in a place of compassion and safety. As we ask Spirit to ground each of us, bringing us into our bodies, bringing us present, bringing the clarity and the wisdom of Spirit. We are here in gratitude, and we receive this vibration in gratitude and honor. As Spirit comes in to honor us, believe it or not, Spirit is honored. Our guides are honored to be here with us. We ask to open to that connection to, when we say Spirit, it's whatever guide, our higher self, whoever of a higher vibration. We welcome you in gratitude. Thank you for this time. We ask to receive exactly what we're meant to receive today, and we set the intention to receive for our highest good. We set this beautiful sacred space at the vibration of love. And so it is. All right. So you had a reaction there when I was opening.
I did have a reaction. I didn't realize how out of my body I was.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And it felt really, really good. And then my foot started to cramp.
Your David was like, yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Have your attention, please.
Did not realize how out of body I was.
Yes.
Well, and I gotta say, I'm not surprised. Thank you. And thank you. Yeah, clearly I needed that. I needed that very, very badly. But I'm not surprised. I mean, this time of year,
Oh,
I love the holiday season. In our last clearing, I think I talked about how I believe in the energy of Santa Claus and that loving energy, and that's what I want to carry through the whole season. And at the same time, there's a lot of expectation around the holidays, a lot of expectation, a lot of obligation, a lot of pressure.
Yes.
And then you add on top of that my situation of going through a huge transition and all the healing that I've been doing around codependency, which I thought I had done. No, I had done. I have done over the years a lot of healing around codependency.
Yes.
But very recently, in the past months, oh man, there was like more.
Codependency is a very deep river.
Very, very deep. Yes, it is.
It's deep, and there's big crevices and drop-offs and I mean,
it's sneaky. Oof. And it hides.
Yeah.
And
water can creep in anywhere into any of those little veins.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, and some of the clarity that I've been getting over the past few days is like from being younger, like early teenage years, of like flashes of, oh wow, okay, I could see how that was starting to how maybe that was a catalyst.
Sure.
And how that's how that thinking got adopted. And it's uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable to look at that.
I have a couple questions for you.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'll ask them both, but One is, what is it that you like so much about the holiday season? And the second thing is, being a recovering alcoholic, please, I want to be clear on that. How are you affected with that going into the holidays? Because holidays, it's lots of drinking, lots of parties, lots of celebration, those type of spirits, not the spirits we deal with. And so, because I know I don't have an alcohol problem nor a drug problem. However, I still have addictions. Mine is
Everyone
sugar,
does.
right? And it's a big season for sugar. Starting at Halloween, it like doesn't even stop. But yours is more life-threatening, obviously, than mine could be. I'm not saying that, but not the same. Not the same.
What do I like about the holiday season?
Yes.
I like, okay. So, one thing that has always been important to me is truth and honesty.
Okay. Yes.
So now I must be truthful and honest.
Uh-oh. Okay.
What I like about the holiday season is the fantasy that I have built in my brain that it should be.
Sure. Yes. And I'm so glad you said that, because we all do that. Even what's coming is, even when it's all magical thinking, right? That's what I'm getting. Okay, it's all magical thinking. Yes. And even magical thinking that everyone hates me. I don't want to be with my other family because of this, and I don't want to be like, there's a lot of magical thinking, good, bad, or whatever.
Yes.
And damn it, aren't we tired of that? Aren't we just freaking tired of it? It's wearing.
Yeah. Extremely tired.
Yeah.
Extremely tired of it. And that really sucked to say out loud to, potentially everybody in the world.
Right.
But it's truth.
It's true. It is.
What I'm really working on right now in real time is enjoying this holiday season for what it is.
And what is it?
Ooh, lonely.
Okay. Your family has moved away.
Yep. It's so different from what that magical thinking in my brain says, right?
Right.
And it's just different.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yes.
It's uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. So I'm in the process of putting out Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
And I went through that back and forth. Do I decorate? Do I not? Why would I decorate? And I sat down and I thought, okay, really, why am I decorating?
Right.
Because it makes me happy.
Yes.
Not the decorating itself so much. That's like a lot of work. But when it's all said and done.
Yes.
And I get up in the morning and all I do is turn on the tree lights.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. It's magic to me.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it. To feel that magic. And I want to feel the magic in a real way.
Right.
Not in that magical thinking, it has to look this way, it has to sound this way.
And certain people have to be over and see it. And
I have to impress this person. I have to get approval from this person.
Right.
There's so much bullshit that I have attached to this magical season that I'm just stepping out of and really working on experiencing Christmas for myself.
Nice. Beautiful.
In every way, even in giving, in trying to, as I give Christmas presents, to do it with love, not expectation.
So I have sort of in that vein. So as you, and I'm, for those of you who know that Mari-Lyn and I are best friends and we know lots about each other and all of that, I'm not asking her questions that I already know. It's not like I'm not being like whatever. I really, and this really comes from my heart, is as you step more into yourself and reality, we're going to call it real, right? And be
right.
Reality.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are your, now I know you don't, okay, so drinking, is that less of an issue when you're more in reality? I think I stumped her, folks.
Well,
for a moment, she has to think about it. It's not a stump, it's a,
if I'm honest, I don't know yet.
Okay. All right. And you're going on how many years of sobriety now?
Oh my gosh. It'll be 14 years in February.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll be 14 years. Yeah. In February.
I do think that any of us would, so again, my addiction would be sugar, and and again, it is not the same as
A
alcohol.
sugar addiction is a bitch.
However, it is one hell of a bitch.
It's
in everything, and it's like you want to partake some during the holidays, but once I do, holy cow, I can't even have it in the house. Like, get it out of the house. I can't. I have thrown away like half of a pie, or just because I can't have it there without. There's no way I'll be eating it for breakfast, and
Yep. Well, I don't. I have. Oh. I have learned over the years through my alcoholism how to control my sugar intake.
Oof.
Because I knew I couldn't drink in the morning.
Right.
Right. So I had to figure out how to cope until I could drink, because I couldn't just drink a little bit to get me through the day. Right. I had to wait until I could just full on go for it. So I don't have that issue where I can't not eat something. However, I made a chocolate dessert last night. And I went in to get a glass of water. I always take water with me to bed, and I went in to get a glass of water, not even thinking. Reached in, grabbed a spoon, picked up the lid, took a big old bite.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
And then I got into bed and I had to prop myself up because there was so much whatever that sugar was just like going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you lady, my body was saying, not very happy with you right now. Yeah. So sugar addiction is real, and it's
Yes.
yeah.
Now I know
awful.
Getting off of it, they have said it's the same part of your brain that like where the addiction, like heroin addiction, like it can be really, getting off is really rough. Like the cravings,
it is rough. I've done it.
Yeah.
Well, you've done it. It's awful.
Yeah, and I can't stay off it, but
it's awful. It's awful. But I didn't answer your other question about drinking, or the I don't know how you worded it, the thinking of drinking.
Yeah, does it help being more, you did sort of answer it, but how does being more present with your healed self keep you from, I don't know how I worded it, but
well, but
is it easier not to drink?
Yeah, your first question was about thinking about drinking during the holidays or something.
Yes.
I
should have wrote it down, but we got it.
And yeah, the holiday season, there is a lot of habitual drinking.
Yeah.
The drink of choice for me would change around the holidays.
Oh.
No, I shouldn't say it would change. There'd be an addition to.
Yes. Let's be real.
An addition to. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
You know, the party, going to parties, that was awful for me because I knew I couldn't drink at the party. If it was, I could have one.
Right.
Because I knew what was going to happen and I was not going to put myself through that embarrassment.
Sure.
Wait till you get home.
And then
you can drink whatever, however much you wanted to.
That's so amazing to me. Really, on one hand, and this is true with any addiction, we can hide it in front of other people because the fear that we have of exposing ourselves is so much greater. Yet, do you know where I'm going with this? Like,
it's convoluted, man.
It's very convoluted because we do that just all the time. I mean, you know, and it's obviously, I know there's an addiction, but I mean, but I think that's why it's with anything. It's like when you see someone, they're nice and friendly and whatever, but then they go home and they beat their spouse, you know, like,
right.
Oh, so you can control it in this situation because you know it would get you caught or it would show up.
Yep.
Yet you get home and you can't control it.
Yep.
It's such a dichotomy, I guess, would be.
Yeah.
And that's
exactly
wounding. It's wounding. Addiction is not separate from our trauma.
No.
It is not separate from our trauma.
It's not.
Sugar is comforting. That's straight up comfort. That's how I learned my grandmother used to wake me up in the middle of the night to have candy. You know, when I would stay at her house, that was, you know, because she wanted it. She didn't want to eat candy alone, I guess. And those little hard candy, like, did I never tell you that? Yes. So it's literally in my blood to eat.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. There's some codependency there, boy.
Ugh. Yes. Lots.
Oh man.
She had to have someone. And of course she didn't. I doubt she knew that.
No.
She just knew that if she was going to eat this candy, she should do it with someone.
That's right.
Her granddaughter's there. So
absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Well, how was she going to explain what if the granddaughter found the wrappers in the morning?
Right?
How was she going to explain? I don't know what was going through her mind, but so it's very comforting.
Yeah.
I mean, candy is and let's face it, when we were kids, candy was cheap. Cheap.
It was.
Man. I mean, you could take a quarter to the store and you come home with a whole bag full.
Get all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and hide it in your room. Not that I'm telling on myself. But yes. But being in reality because I find that, and you can tell me if this for you too. Mm-hmm. So I'm not talking about the dissociated Pam. I'm talking about just the plain old garden variety. I'm ungrounded Pam.
Okay.
Just like you at the other night when you went into the kitchen and just mindlessly took I have to stay out of the kitchen. After dinner, I make a point of staying out of the kitchen. I make sure all my water's out of there. I try because I get ungrounded, and that's that mindless thing. You are ungrounded, you're daydreaming, which is a form of dissociation, but I like to separate the two because for me they are different. so getting yourself grounded and being present when you can be, you can really think, you can get clarity, you can reason. There it is. That was the word.
Hmm.
Then you can really, I sometimes talk yourself out of it, but other times just say, do I really want that? No, I don't. Or why is it? What is it right now that I feel like I have to go in and have that candy? What am I feeling? What's coming up right now that makes me want to do that? What is that? You know, I can go there too. And sometimes it's just my body's craving it. My Deva is just like,
Yes.
I want that right now. And then
Yep.
I either jump on my little trampoline or go out for a walk or do some push-ups or something.
Right.
Or drum. Ooh, my drum has come in handy a few times in that
Oh, I
situation.
bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Um, as you were talking, I was just kind of thinking over the last couple of days what my thought process has been
Ah,
around drinking.
mm-hmm.
It hasn't.
Good. So you
It
have been
has
thinking about alcohol.
not at
Okay,
all.
good. I want to make sure I understood what you were saying.
Yeah.
Good. Very good.
There has been no thought of drinking. Um, Not at all.
Good. Very good.
Um, and I might sound surprised, and I am a little bit because even though I don't, well, I can't say I don't ever crave it.
Great.
Cravings will come when I'm extremely triggered in my wounding.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
Thoughts, something will trigger a memory,
Mm-hmm.
and ooh, a glass of red wine would go really good with this chocolate cake.
Right. Oh
Uh,
yeah, actually.
or yeah, oh, yeah,
Nice
good
dark.
red
Yeah.
wine and a good chocolate. Oh
Oh
man,
man. Okay.
whoo!
Yes.
Topped off with it. Okay, not going there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, or we're gonna have pizza and man, beer, beer goes good with pizza.
Yes. Yes.
Um, and no, there haven't been any of those thoughts in the past couple of days.
Nice.
And through the transition that I'm going through, that is a little surprising. So I think to answer your question, being in reality and being more present, it absolutely helps. It absolutely makes a difference.
And one thing I think of, and I don't know if you do this obviously or not. Not only is there sugar, but I do intermittent fasting,
Oh,
and
well, I don't eat while I sleep, so
so that's intermittent. But
there is that.
I'll start to have a craving. It'll be late at night, and I'm not sleeping because I don't sleep well. And I have to, and what I'll do is I'll say, okay, first of all, I don't want to eat because I'm in that fasting window. And as soon as you have something, it starts the time over again. And I think about, oh, that feeling. I'm going to feel so good tomorrow. So good tomorrow when I wake up and I have already had 10 hours, from dinner time to, because I stop at 6. I don't eat after 6. Well, not, I shouldn't say never, but at those times. Okay. So there's been so many hours, maybe
Right.
more than that, 12 hours, probably 12. Oh, yeah. Because if I don't eat at 6, anyway, and I reward myself in the morning by giving myself kudos and like praising myself. I praise myself. It's
I
like,
think that's
I got, and I didn't, because had I ate something, I'd only be at whatever, 8 hours or
sure.
whatever. But
Sure.
nope, I'm at 10, 12, 13, 14, whatever it is. And yeah, and it feels so good. And so I try to remind myself of that at night when I'm Jones
Yes.
bad for some sugar. And I just, nope, because you're going to feel so good tomorrow or
Yes.
not. But I try not to go to that place. I try not to go, oh, you're going to feel like crap. You're going to beat yourself up. You're going to feel
well, that almost
guilty.
gets you more
Yes.
inclined to go ahead and
Yes.
eat.
Yes.
Because that lowers your vibration.
Yes. You give in.
Yeah.
You give in a lot faster.
You give in because it's like, oh.
Well, why not? I might as well now, or whatever. Like whatever those crazy excuses you get, right? But praising myself, trying to stay positive. You're gonna. I think that's good.
A brilliant way to get through a craving.
Yeah, I'm sure that was Fred or my dad's taking credit actually. So it was.
Okay. And then what's coming is to also gratitude to your body.
Yes.
For allowing you to abstain.
Yes. And then gratitude to her, like, don't you feel good? This feels wonderful. You did it.
Yeah. Yes. And no, I typically don't do that.
Okay. Well, and maybe that, I'm hoping, I don't know who's listening, but I'm hoping that at least one of you takes that into and says, oh, I'm going to try that next time. I'm going to try and just be positive. And it's hard.
I think there is more than one person that is going to say, I'm going to try that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And it may not work every time, and it doesn't. However, when it does, it is awesome. It is. And then I do try not to beat myself up over it if I do, but you know,
it doesn't do any good. I mean, you can't change it.
No.
So
also, so the holidays are here.
Yeah.
And it's also having, and I'm going to say having, because most people well, that's not true. They choose to have to be with people they don't want to be with.
That obligation piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As everyone, if you've listened to us since, when we did this last year, I'm sure I discussed, my husband and I we don't make each other do anything with the other one's family. And I don't do anything with my family anymore, so he's totally off the hook there. But we try not to do the have to be with family, but I know a lot of people do. They're like their spouse's family, or they have to invite Uncle Bob or whatever, who's just an asswipe, but they have to put up with him or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's really, so I encourage everyone, you can't change, we all know this, you can't change anyone else, only yourself. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But it's really true. Decide that you're going to have a good time. If you're going to do it, if you're not going to say no, and you're going to be with those people anyway, try to make the best of it. Try to just be in that high vibration. Right. Someone says something stupid, try to just walk away. I don't know.
We have so much more control than we give ourselves credit for.
Absolutely.
So, okay, we're obligated to have these people over. We're obligated to have this person over. I'm making the choice to go with that obligation. Mm-hmm. Your choices don't stop there.
Right.
You then get to choose, how do you deal with that?
Right.
And I'm just reiterating what you're saying.
Right.
Those choices, every single one of them is a choice.
Yes.
How we respond, how we feel. And trust me, I know through experience, it's not always that simple to say, okay, I'm just making the choice to do it differently this time.
What I just got,
but we still have to do it.
Yes. I just got a hit that this season, you and I can do a few meditations to help people. Like, you listen to this meditation before you go to your relative's home, or before everyone starts showing up at your home. Now, these are not, let me get something. I want to be clear with people, okay? When it comes to our meditations, they're not, whatever, what do they say? They're not your mom's meditations. Like, these are not regular, sit quiet, let the brain relax, or even those long, drawn out. Our meditations are pretty quick. They're quick and to the point, and you get the information you need pretty fast, right?
Yes.
Fred's meds are not, they're quick. But something about giving you giving us the strength, raising our vibration, and getting us in that place of self-care. I'm going to be happy. Whatever it is. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
There's something coming in.
There's what's coming for me is a letting go of expectations.
Yep.
And having the strength to make the choice in your highest good.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's not always the easy choice to make.
No. So we do feel for everyone. Honestly, we do feel for everyone out there who has an addiction. The holidays are here, which is, for most of us, a harder time of the year. Not everyone. I would say there's some people that are like, actually, holidays aren't that bad. It's springtime that does it for me, or whatever. But
there's just so much attached to this time of year.
There is.
There's so much attached to it. And while it is can be a major trigger for relapse.
Yes.
For falling in deeper into an addiction. A trigger, just maybe you don't have a bad addiction, but it's triggering to your wounding.
Yes.
Maybe you're fine all year round, but when this time of year comes around, man, you've got some serious trauma that comes up.
And that's a lot of people.
I think
it does trigger a lot of trauma.
I think so.
A lot of trauma. And a lot of people don't even realize they've been triggered, and they don't even realize.
But when that wounding comes up, starts.
Yeah.
No.
You don't realize it.
Oh, so I hope everybody is okay. My internet is glitching.
I noticed that.
Yeah. And I just got a notice. Your internet is unstable.
Oh, okay. So Mari-Lyn's unstable right now, y'all.
Weird. But what I wanted to say was what a beautiful opportunity to start that healing process, continue that healing process.
Yes.
Change of perspective. Look at yourself differently. Look at yourself differently. I was going to say look at others, but no. Look at yourself differently.
You know what's coming to mind right now is, and I there's a part of me that says, Pam, don't say it, and then another part that's going ahead with it. Is stop wallowing in it. I'm just gonna say it. I know I go to that place. It's like, well, I'm not complaining, I'm just venting. Well, at some point you got to stop fucking venting. Just stop already. Just stop putting that another exclamation point on the end of that. Stop. Go. And I'm talking about myself here, so I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, but some of you may relate to this. That, say someone pissed me off, or I have to go see someone, and so I just continue to talk about it over and over. It's like, good God, just stop. And I realize that it's not easy to just stop. It's not easy to just shut your brain off. You've been triggered. Look deeper into that. It's not that person. It's not that thing. It's not the way. Stop and go in and find out what it can be something seemingly unrelated.
Yes. But there is always a reason.
Always.
If you cannot just stop.
Yes.
If you can't, there is a reason. There is some piece of clarity you're missing.
Yeah. What is the real thing on?
It really sucks when it's not even associated to that. That can be harder to recognize.
Yes. When it's something like abandonment or something. And so it seems so unrelated. Yeah.
So unrelated.
When people say, God, just let it go. And I just want to tell you to F off, man. I can't just let this go because it's an actual trigger. So if you can't, like Mari-Lyn said, if you can't just say, and one of the things that I do is, I'll take a deep breath and I'll say, okay, I'm going to take this thought, this thing that I'm overthinking, and I'm going to put it aside and I'm going to come back to it in pick a time, 3 hours from now at whatever time. If I'm able to do that, then I know that I was just irritated. It was just sort of life happening and I really don't want to do this, whatever. But if I can't, if I'm walking away and it's smacking me back in the head again and I'm just, on that, whatever, on that, I'm twitching over it, it's smacking me in the head. I know that then it is wounding. It's some kind of trauma. I've been triggered and it's time for me to do myself a favor. Quit blaming other things, quit bitching about it, quit torturing the people around me, having to listen to me. Look in what is true and be honest with yourself. Why am I going here? What? And
yeah,
for me, not always, but on what I'm thinking, because this is the holidays, right? When it happens. So what I'm thinking is, I'm in a pity party because something didn't happen the way I wanted it to. And then you go there, you say, okay, I'm doing this because I'm not getting what I want or whatever. Then you stop and you stay there for a moment and you look there and you lean into that. Well, what is it with this? And don't go to blaming your parents. It could very well be your parents. I'm not saying it isn't. But you need to keep it within, like, oh yeah, my mom used to do this to me. That's why. And then leave her out of it at that point and just stay with your own stuff.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. And what are you laughing at over there?
Well, I'm laughing at my experience yesterday. So I sat down to play piano. I'm playing some Christmas music and it was an old song and I was triggered with some childhood memories. Older childhood. I mean, teenage years, maybe. And I started to cry.
Oh.
And I said out loud, damn it, if they just would have played their parts the way I wanted them to.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Okay, that's really funny. Yes.
I was kind of dumbfounded.
Yes.
That's what came out of my mouth. And I was like, oh man.
But you know what? That was truth. That was really what that was about.
It was.
Yeah. And then you can go in there.
Absolutely was. Yeah. And I went, wow, okay.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
And as you say that, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, as I was able to like look at it, it was like, man, I started giving away my power.
Yes.
Early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What that says to me for myself and people listening is pay attention to your thoughts. because spirit will speak through you. I can't tell you how many times Mari-Lyn and I have said, we've said something brilliant, and then we go, that's not what I was going to say, but that's what came out of my mouth. That's what spirit actually wanted me to say.
Yeah.
And so pay attention to your thoughts, because your thoughts are going to tell you what's really wrong. Yes. Like that. You could have totally bypassed that and just kept on a go.
Yep.
And stayed in your pity party or whatever it was, but you stopped and you heard that and you went, oh, and it's okay to laugh at yourself, which is the best thing ever. It's okay to laugh and go, oh my God, I can't believe, oh geez.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's what
that was you talk about a cornucopia of emotions. Shame and awe and pride. Like, wow, I just had this major realization and I'm not beating the hell out of myself.
Good for you. And embarrassment can come too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sitting all by yourself at home, embarrassed as shit. Been there.
Yes. And then what do? I broadcast it all over the place. But that's because somebody needs to know.
Absolutely.
They're not alone.
Yep. Nope, you're not.
Somebody out there needs to know that when you have these urges to speak out loud and you're by yourself, many people will not talk out loud when they're by themselves. I know that for a fact.
Right. I am not one of those people.
I am not one of those. I have always talked out loud. Listen to your body, and when she or he wants to verbalize something and you're all alone, allow yourself to say it and allow yourself to hear it, because it's going to be so healing.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
It really is.
I'm going to say this, and this is me talking. This is not Mari-Lyn. Okay, Mari-Lyn is the alcoholic. All right, so I want to be clear that I'm the one from the outside looking in saying this. I've met, and I'm very honored to have met many people who went through, 12-step programs, that kind of thing. And they've all been very, and I know you have too, very, very whatever, that you knew you had to do it. God, my words aren't coming now. Very grateful. That's the thing, that 12-step program was there.
Ooh, boy.
That had to be, right? I was very honored to meet many people who'd been sober for many years, still going to those 12-step programs and nothing else. And it wasn't enough. I don't know. That just came in so clear to me. I want to make sure that people know that you're not saying this and like bashing those programs or something. Because you would never.
No, because a 12-step program was instrumental.
Yes.
In my ability.
Yes.
To stop drinking.
And I'm being absolutely. I'm super glad that happened.
Yeah.
And what I know from just being on this side of it, being a healer, at some point, however many years go by, it's not enough. It doesn't go deep enough. There's someone out there that needs to hear the words, it's okay that you're feeling like it's not enough.
Absolutely.
People in the program are saying, oh, you're just not working it hard enough. You haven't done that step. You'll go back through the steps again, do the whatever. I am encouraging you to listen to yourself when you tell yourself this isn't enough, something's not working. There are things that you can do in addition to that.
Absolutely.
Program. And I encourage you to reach out to do that. And not just, certainly you could reach out to us, but it doesn't Absolutely. Have to be just reach out to a counselor, a therapist. some other program or some, I don't know. There's so many other things you can do. There are people that get into, I don't know, meditations or yoga or something that's a little more soul based to really get in there and to bring up that wounding, to look at it, to heal it. So there is someone out there that needed to hear that. And I hear you. I hear you and I see you and I support you adding something to your routine here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I made her swear. Yes.
I got to that place where
Yes.
I don't think I was in danger of drinking,
Mm-hmm.
but I was in danger of being stagnant.
Ah, okay. Yes.
There was something inside of me that knew I had wounding that was deeper
Mhm.
than what was getting touched.
Yes.
I knew it. I didn't know how to get there.
Yes. And I do, and again, I want to be careful here, but sometimes it's talking to someone outside of your group, because that's another thing that I saw as well, and not with Mari-Lyn, but with some of there was such a clique, this group, and you had to be there every Tuesday night, or you had to be at certain meetings, but they never went outside their group for friendships. And the ones who did, I saw more growth in. And maybe not just friendships, but just adding another piece of the pie, to opening up your world to more experiences, a broader world. And please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying, okay, none of these people they were in their first few years of sobriety. Let me say, they were not. Those are really crucial from what I could tell, very crucial years. But try something new, try something different, whoever you are out there thinking that it's not enough, believe yourself.
And that doesn't mean it's one or the other.
No, in addition to, not instead of.
In addition to is a beautiful, beautiful gift to yourself.
Yes. So I'm going to stop now before I get myself into something, but that someone needed to hear that. And please know that you are supported in that decision. And maybe, what's coming is that might have been that came because this person, your circle is all about, you have to do it a certain way to stay in that group or something. And they're not real keen on people kind of going outside the group. But you need to listen to you and do what's best for you.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to make a note about something I have to do.
Oh, okay.
A new addition to the website.
Oh, good. Okay. We have big things planned for the first of the year. Within January. I'm not going to say like January 1.
It won't be January 1. but yeah, new in the year. I'm really looking forward.
Yeah, we've got some big things
to
which is part of why we're taking a little more time off than normal.
Yeah.
We need some extra time, some extra space to do some things, and we're going to come back bigly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I think it's
so
like wrapping up.
Yeah. That's kind of where I think where I was going to go.
Oh, okay.
The holiday season can be a rough one. We can get triggered. We can get, and triggers can come in so many different ways too.
Yes.
Anger, irritation,
shutting down, not
isolation. Yes. Crawling into that shame place.
Yes.
And all of that triggering, that's a beautiful opportunity to heal. And
yes.
you can reach out to us. You can reach us through the website at tcseverydaypsychics.com.
Yes, please.
On the YouTube channel, The Conscious Spirit Podcast. Pam and Fred's meds, those are designed for healing.
Yes, yes, they are.
They are divinely designed for healing.
And they're short and sweet, and they rip the Band-Aid off. I'm saying. In a good way. In a good way.
Yep.
Yes.
And if you do one of the meditations and you find that you cannot complete it, you block yourself or whatever, you can't go through it.
You go, this is dumb, I want out, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Give yourself a little time and then go back and do it again.
Yes. And there are a lot of them on there. I think there are.
I have a student who is having a problem with one of the meditations, and she said, okay, I'm at a point where every time I do it now, I can go further.
Good for her. And I'm so glad she continues to try.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. They're not for the faint of heart.
No, but if you are wanting to heal, man, they are an amazing way.
And a new one comes out every Sunday, almost every Sunday. Once in a while I miss a Sunday, but pretty much it's and if you come to a Sunday and I didn't get one out, go back to one of them that's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's something I feel like I want to say too, the titles are purposefully a little vague. And the reason for that is Fred is my main guide who I channel. He doesn't want you to have expectations going in. So we keep it very vague what the meditation is, you know. Like if I were to say, oh, meet your spirit guide. Well, that's all you're going to do is sit there and wait to meet, and it's not going to happen. And it's
Where's my guide? Where's my guide? Where's my guide? Where's my guide?
You're going to miss the beauty of the meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Absolutely.
We thank you all so much for joining us. We hope
you're very grateful.
Yeah. And if you're on, well, no matter where you are, please subscribe. Wherever you're listening to this, please subscribe. Certainly on YouTube, like, share, leave a comment, let us know what you think. It's really helpful to change those algorithms to get more people to hear us.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
And if you like paranormal stuff, head on over to TCS Everyday Psychics on YouTube. And that's all kinds of paranormal stuff over there that we do. So, all right.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, and I'm gonna I'll close down space after we're done here. So you might just feel a little like, and it's just me closing down space for everyone listening. So
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.